Hello my darlings, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mwaita Precious, and for those of you that are new here, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video guys, I am going to be having a discussion of how you can increase your value and your self-worth in your 20s, and how you can essentially become the best version of yourselves. So yeah, I did talk about this on Instagram about how I'm going to start this series. So without further ado, let's get right into this discussion, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you some little gems that I have picked up over the years. So a question that has constantly been playing on my mind is how I can increase my self-value in my 20s. And I'm pretty sure every single person who is in their 20s has this question of how can I become more productive? How can I become more impactful? How can I increase my value, and how can I become the best version of myself? Okay. When I speak about value, guys, I'm not speaking about value in terms of things that money can buy. I'm not talking about increasing your value and having more money in your bank account so you can buy the latest Jacquemus bag or the latest Prada bag. No. That is not the value that I am talking about. The kind of value that I am talking about is the integral value that money cannot buy. The things which make up yourself, the things that, like, even if you had all the money in the entire world, if you don't have certain things within yourself, you will still lack value but have high value in terms of money. And don't get me wrong guys, I completely understand it. I completely understand that money sometimes can be a focus for a lot of people in their 20s, and money can buy you things. Money can buy you a certain lifestyle. Money can allow you to go on holiday 5 times a year. Money can allow you to have all the designer things in the world. But money cannot make your inner self. It cannot build your belief system. It cannot build your values, and it cannot build your character. And in my opinion, what I have learned over my 20s is your character and your inner self is what will carry you. It is what will make you, and it is what that if all your money was to disappear, what would you have left? Who would you be, and what would you stand for? So if you want to be someone who wants to increase their self-value in their 20s, if you are somebody who is asking yourself these exact questions of what do I stand for? What are my beliefs? What are my values? How can I become the best version of myself? Then this is the right video for you. And I'm so happy that you clicked onto this video, and welcome. If you are like someone who is new here and you're like just getting into this video, go ahead and subscribe, because I've got plenty of content coming like this. Myself, a bit of background about myself. Like I said in the beginning, my name is Mwaita. So I'm in my mid-20s. I've had some time to kind of figure out who I am, and I'm still learning every single day. I'm still growing every single day. But I want me and you, I want us, we to become the best version of ourselves this year, okay? Like, the year is not over. It is June, and we still have so much time to ask ourselves these questions and become the best version of ourselves. So now that really long intro is out of the way, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this video, and let me tell you guys some tips that I have for becoming the best version of yourself and really, you know, growing yourself and thinking about increasing your value in your 20s. That was the longest intro I have ever done in my entire life, but I hope you guys have understood the purpose of this video, and I hope you're still here with me. I hope you're still rocking with it, because I've got some gems coming your way. If you are still here, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a nice beverage, because it's going to be a long video. For those of you that know me in person, y'all know that I love to talk, and I've got plenty of things to say, you know, to help me, to help you, to help us to become the best version of ourselves. Before I continue, I'm just going to have a little sip of this drink. This is not wine, by the way. So So yeah, so like I said, I'm 20 now and 25 now, and I've had about 5 years experience obviously in my 20s, and this video is aimed at you people who are in your early 20s, mid 20s, because I feel like I've had some experiences that I can help you guys to, you know, understand, and I can share my experiences to hopefully in the future allow you to start early so you can become the best version of yourself sooner rather than later. Because there is a saying that I believe in, like, you know, your days, your mornings make your days become your weeks make your months, and your months become your years. So remember that saying, guys, because it's going to be relevant in this video. Okay, I hope you're relaxed, I hope you're in a nice place, and let's get right into it. So the first point that I have in this video is you have to vision. You have to have a vision, okay? You have to be set in the vision of who you want to be in a few years' time. You know, ask yourself, you know, if you want to be a certain person, if you want to be in a certain place, understand the vision of where you're trying to go. Because if you don't have a vision for where you're trying to go, if you don't understand your sole purpose of where you're trying to go, then you will constantly flip and flop between different things, and your values and your inner beliefs will constantly change because you won't have a clear vision of who you're trying to be and what you're trying to achieve. You know, with visions, it can be quite daunting sometimes to speak about who you want to be in 10 years time, because I feel like a lot of us, when we do that, when we write it down on paper, it can sometimes make you feel as if, oh my gosh, what if I don't achieve this? What if I don't achieve that? But you want to let go of that fear. You want to let go of the limiting beliefs of your vision, and you want to have a clear vision of yourself. So a few things and a few tips that I have for setting out a clear vision for your life is writing things down. Write down exactly who you want to be. Where do you want to be? What do you want to have? What is it you want to achieve? For me, one of my things in my vision is I want to be the best version of myself. And the best version of myself, it includes multiple things. It includes having a stable mental health. It includes having a career. It includes having a family one day. It includes, you know, certain things one day. And obviously I'm not going to share everything about my vision, because I really feel like some people do listen to your vision and they really be praying against it. But yeah, the point of what I'm trying to say, guys, is have a clear vision of who you want to be and where you want to be. Another tip that I have for creating your clear vision and envisioning who you want to be in the future is having a vision board. If you're somebody who's visual, it's really good if you have some pictures and some clear visions of who you want to be and where you want to go, and align that vision with what you're trying to do in your daily life. That leads me on to my next point. My next point is be the person who you want to be in 10 years time today. Be that person already. I feel like a lot of people have visions and they constantly want to work on their inner self. They constantly want to be the best version of themselves. They constantly want to become the best version of themselves in their 20s, but they completely forget that in order for you to become the best version of yourself in your 20s, you have to be very clear on your vision, and you have to be very clear on your beliefs. And when you have like a clear belief system, which allows you to do things on a daily habit and allows you to make them things into a habit, only then can you really start to make the things a reality. You have to already walk like you're that person, talk like you're that person. What would the future self of you do today? What things is the future version of you doing in their daily life in order to maintain the life that they have created? What is your future self believing? Does your future self drink alcohol? Does your future self exercise daily? Does your future self exude confidence? Does your future self do certain things? What does your future self believe in? Ask yourself all these questions, write all these questions down, and be clear in what your belief system is. Be clear in the facts, okay? Because all you have right now is the facts and the beliefs that you have. And then that way, when you have days when you think, oh, I can't be bothered today, or oh, I can't do this today, or oh, this is not going to work today, you go back to that vision, you go back to them belief systems that you've created for yourself, and you tell yourself, no, If I exercise every single day, I can become that person. If I do certain things within my day, I can become that person. And say it with me again and again and again. Your mornings become your days become your weeks become your years, and oh my God, your years are going to become your life. And that person that you are trying to begin a journey of, that person who you are trying to be, that vision that you have, and then belief systems that you have will carry you far. And that is why, like, my main important message in this video is, like, a lot of us are valuing this soft life. A lot of us are valuing money and things and material. But let's face it, when you have days when you hit rock bottom, when you have days when life challenges you, because your 20s, chile, your 20s will challenge you. Your 20s will make you feel like, is this really the life that I'm living? And like me and my friends always say, your 20s will come at you real fast and you'll just be like, how did this happen? When did this happen? But if you have core beliefs, my darling, like if you have core beliefs and you understand your vision, you will not waver as much. You'll be strong in the fact that if you do A, B, C, D, it might not lead to E, but you'll be much closer than if you're just like going with the flow and just seeing where life takes you. Okay, my darlings, so you're probably halfway through this video and you're probably thinking, Moyita, yes, you're telling us all these gems, you're dropping all these things, but what the hell is increasing my self-value? What is increasing my inner value going to do for me? Well, let me tell you. In general, guys, being somebody who is more valuable, being somebody who has core beliefs, who has certain characters, being somebody who can make an impact on other people's lives, and being somebody who is seen as valuable can ultimately increase your opportunities. And ultimately, I really feel like by working on our inner selves and by increasing our inner value, we are able to add that equation together and increase our quality of life. And that quality of life is not going to serve you only in your 20s, it's going to serve you in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, in your 70s. And what you do now, who you become on the inside, is really integral to who you are going to be on the outside. If you look at a lot of people in society who have been successful, in their books, whenever they talk about success, they always talk about doing inner work. They always talk about increasing your self-value and your self-worth. And a lot of these people really push these books onto us about how to become your best self, how to increase your value. So by watching this video, like, I'm ultimately giving you through this next series of becoming the best version of ourselves, I'm ultimately giving you hacks that are going to last you for the rest of your life. Like, obviously this video is only going to be about 20 to 30 minutes, but if you do some of these things that I'm talking about, trust me, like, you are going to be so thankful. And you're still young, you're in your mid-20s, you're in your late 20s, whichever age you are watching this, like, you are still young and time is on your side. And honestly, I am trying to increase my self-value because I know what I can be. And I know that I've only just touched the surface. So anyway, I just thought I would tell you guys why I think increasing your self-value is important and what it can do for you. Let's get back into the points of this video. So the third point that I have for this video in increasing your self-value is limiting the access that people have to you and your energy. Let me just pause when I say this, because I feel like in your 20s, it's so easy to allow everyone to have access to you. It's so easy to allow every single person to have your energy, and all they do is drain it. Like, let's be real. You know, when you increase your self-value, you are able to impact other people's lives. You are able to help other people, and you are able to exude positivity, and you are able to use your core beliefs in order to help others. I really feel like when you start doing that, when you start doing the inner work, you really have to be careful who you allow to access that energy. And by limiting the amount of people that can access your energy, you can harness your energy and grow your energy even greater. And you can actually develop a circle of people who allow you to develop new skills, who allow you to upskill, who allow you to increase your value, who allow you to do things today that are going to benefit you in 10 years time, 20 years time, you know. And that's why for me personally, like, although like networking is really important, although I like to have like acquaintances and I like to socialize with a lot of people and talk to a lot of people and stuff like that. Heck, I even do content creation where I create videos and speak to a really large audience of people. But my actual circle of people that I allow access to myself, my actual circle of people that I allow myself to really harness my energy and increase my value through them, and by turn increase their value by speaking to them and having really like educated and intellectual conversations, isn't that big. I can literally count the amount of people on my hand that I allow to have full access to me. And I know that sounds crazy because I do a lot of social media stuff. I do a lot of social media content and stuff like that. But when it comes to my private life, I do like to keep that as private as physically possible. So yeah, that is another way that you can increase your value in your 20s or however young you are. Because let's face it, 20, 25, 29, 31, listen, age is just a number and the world has limitless opportunities and possibilities for you to increase your value. So another way that you can increase your value leading on is to basically play your skills up, okay? Increase your value by already walking like the person you want to be, talking like the person you want to be, and making your skills look even greater than they actually are. This doesn't mean lie on your CV when you're looking for a career opportunity. This doesn't mean you should lie to people about where you are or who you are. No, because your journey is your journey. And for those of you that follow me on Instagram, you will know that I just created a reel where I said, like, I'm not afraid of anybody seeing my journey. I fail, I get up. I fail, I get up, and that's okay. I remember my brother when I first started creating these kind of videos of like talking about my personal life and increasing my value, he said to me, Moita, how do you talk about your mental health online? Like, people are listening to you talk about how you're breaking down. I'm like, because I know I'm going to get back up. I know I'm going to get back up. So you have to really believe in your value. You have to already walk like you're the person who has high value. You have to talk like the person that has high value. You have to become the person who has high value today and play up your skills. You know, when people ask you what you can bring to the table, play it up. Become the person who you already know you can be. And even if you fall, even if you fail to ultimately be that person, well, at least you tried. At least you tried. And you can give yourself a round of applause because you're increasing your value by already becoming the person who you want to be in 10 years' time. So leading on from the whole like belief system, another thing with knowing your beliefs and how that can increase your value is you need to understand your beliefs, and you need to really understand what makes up your facts and what makes up your beliefs. Is it that you have limiting beliefs? Is it that you have challenging beliefs? Is it that you have positive beliefs? Categorize your beliefs into categories and ask yourself, what are my beliefs? What do I really believe in? Like, what do I stand for? What does Moita stand for? Like, I asked myself this question a few months ago. I asked myself what my beliefs were, and through doing this, I realized I had a heck of a lot of limiting beliefs. And guys, with your beliefs, you have to really align them and change them into the vision of who you are trying to be. And you have to understand that in order to change your beliefs, you're going to have to do things on a daily basis. You're going to have to, maybe you have limiting beliefs. You need to start speaking, you know, positive beliefs into yourself. One thing that I have started doing, because I recognize that I had a lot of limiting beliefs, is going to therapy. I started going going to therapy and I started paying for private therapy through BetterHelp. And no, this video is not sponsored by BetterHelp in the slightest, but I started paying for private therapy because I really believe that through private therapy, I can talk about my belief system and really make a stronger belief system that is going to make me into a high value person, into a person that can impact the lives of others, and into a person who exudes more positivity. And instead of ranting about how crap I believe in certain things, I will rant about my positive beliefs, and I will exude positivity in the future. So yeah, so what are your beliefs? What do you believe in, and how do you see yourself? You know, what are the facts that you believe about yourself? And if you have a lot of limiting beliefs, what is it you can do to change them into positive beliefs? And what is it you can do to align your belief systems with increasing your value and becoming the best version of yourself? Okay, so let's just carry on with this video. Like, we've spoken about our beliefs, we've spoken about our vision, we've spoken about, you know, becoming the person who we want to be in the future today, and really walking, talking, being that person right now. Okay, so now what I want to say is basically allow yourself to take all these things, your vision, your belief, your core character, your core values, and create them into a system. Right? The same way at work. So I'm a pharmacist, guys, and at work we have this thing called standard operating procedures. And what this basically means is, like, it eliminates the possibility of things going wrong within your life, and it increases your value on a daily, consistent basis. Because if you have, like the standard operating procedures that I have in pharmacy, if you have a system in your life of how you can increase your value, then through doing this, you can become someone that obtains high value on a consistent basis. And even when you have days when you waver, you'll still be able to go back to these core beliefs, these core visions that you have, and these systems that you have created. And because you've created systems, you'll be able to stand by them and stand tall. Even when life comes at you real fast and you face adversity, you'll still be able to internally become a high value person. And the thing is, guys, not gonna lie, the one thing my therapist told me is that I just wanted to say, just to conclude this video, is becoming the best version of yourself and becoming a high value person is not going to be easy. It's not going to be something that happens overnight. It's not going to be something that you just do and just stumble upon. You're not just going to become a high value person just by sleeping all day and watching Netflix and like really not like allowing yourself to network or learn new things or learn new skills. No, you are simply going to stay in the exact same place. If you keep on doing the same things that you have been doing your whole entire life, and I really want you to listen to this message, if you keep on doing exactly the same things that you are doing right now and you don't take anything from this video, then you're not going to increase your value. You're not going to become a high value person. And yes, you might have money, you might have success, you might have all these things, but trust me, if you don't build a system for yourself which you can stand by, if you don't build core beliefs which you can stand by, if you don't build a system for yourself that no matter what happens, if all your money should disappear, if all your success should disappear, if you don't have core things that you can stand by, you will never be able to build your life into what you really want it to be. And if you look at people that are successful, guys, if you look at athletes, if you look at like Alan Sugar, for example, if you look at people in this world that have done great things, or people that you might aspire to be like in your vision, or people that you look at and you think, wow, look at all the opportunities that are presenting themselves their way. They are people that have worked really hard and tirelessly into, you know, integrating certain things into their lifestyle. And like I said before, like, say it with me again, like, if you create certain habits within your morning, if you create certain habits within your day, if you create certain habits within your week, within your months are going to become your years, and your years are going to become something that you live by for the rest of your life. And that is what I meant by your months become your years, because essentially what you've done in your daily habits, what you've done within your months, what you've done within your years will become your system, right? That you will live by for the rest of your life. And even when you face adversity, even when life comes at you real fast, you'll still be able to exude high value, you'll still be able to be somebody that can maintain high value and increase your value in your life. And if you're somebody like me, this question about how you can increase your value is not a question that you just stumble upon and you do the work and that's it. No, you constantly need to ask yourself this question in your life, and you'll constantly need to change and adapt, and only then will you be able to really increase your value and become the best version of yourself. There is a lot of things over the last few weeks that I have changed about myself. There is a lot of things that I have noticed about myself, and I wouldn't have noticed that if I didn't start therapy, if I didn't have certain experiences that I have had over the last few weeks and the last few months and the last few years. I wouldn't have the core belief systems that I have. I wouldn't have the vision that I have for myself, and I wouldn't be somebody that I think is impacting people's lives. And yeah, okay, like impacting people's lives and value, it's all relative, but at the end of the day, just ask yourself, who do you want to be in 10 years time, and how can you increase your value? So I thank you so much, darlings, for watching this video. Like, I thank you guys so much, and I'm forever eternally grateful for all the support that you guys have shown me on this channel. I cannot wait to create more content like this in the future. If you did love this content, give this video a thumbs up, please. It really does help us to reach a wider audience. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, be the best version of yourself today, because the best version of yourself in the future, she's already thanking you. Okay, darlings, I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.